If it took an unexpected turn of happenstance for her to be considered as a possible replacement atop the UFC Women's Pound, for Pound rankings, two-time strawweight champion Zhang Weili utilized her title defense at UFC Defense at UFC 292 to cement her spot. Zhang, 24-3, the first Chinese-born champion in UFC history, unleashed a historic dismantling of Brazilian challenger Amanda Lemos in the co-main event in Las Vegas. The dominant, unanimous decision paired nicely with recent events, including Amanda Nunes' retirement and high-profile defeats to Valentina Shevchenko and Rose Namajunas, to leave little doubt as to where Zhang currently stands as the defending Pork Queen. Not only did she score 6 takedowns to 0 for Lemos, including nearly 15 minutes of top control time, Zhang outlanded her opponent 288-21, which became the biggest margin for strike differential in UFC women's history. Zhang, who held an advantage of 157-9 in total strikes through the first 3 rounds alone, relied on her evolving ground game to routinely punish Lemos over 25 minutes. Since making her UFC debut in 2018, Zhang has only ever lost to Namajunas, and she did so twice in 2020, one to snap her first reign as 115-pound champ. But the improvement alone between Namajunas fights, despite a disputed split decision loss in their UFC 268 rematch, suggested Zhang wasn't ready to go away quietly from title contention. What has followed is a dominant 3-fight win streak, which, save for a submission scare late in round 1 against Lemos, has seen Zhang rebuild her body into a muscular tank while rounding out her game completely. Even with the departure of Namajunas to flyweight and former 2-time champion Carla Esparza's recent maternity leave, there remains no shortage of top contenders hoping to get their number called next for a strawweight title shot. Both Tatiana Suarez and China's Yan Xiaonan appear to top that list, with fellow contender Mackenzie Dern not far behind. Yet it's hard to imagine any of them being favored against Zhang, who consistently raises her game to a higher level as the challenge across from her gets more stiff. The Lemos win was the best Zhang has ever looked, and she doesn't appear to be slowing down anytime soon. Using a criteria that takes into account everything from accomplishments to current form, let's take a closer look at the top fighters inside the octagon. Men's Pound. For Pound Rankings 1, Alexander Volkanovski, featherweight champion, 25-2, previous ranking, no. 1, the striking wizard continued to round out his game and expand upon his legacy by finishing interim champion Yair Rodriguez at UFC 290 in July. There's simply nothing Volkanovski can't do at the highest level. Up next is a decision between a lightweight title rematch against Islam Makhachev or another difficult featherweight title defense opposite Ilia Topuria. Islam Makhachev, lightweight champion, 24-1, previous ranking. 2, lost in his victory over defending featherweight champion Alexander Volkanovski, and the subsequent fallout of dispute over the fight scoring was just how incredibly Makhachev has grown as a striker. His pinpoint accuracy and poise was able to prevent Volkanovski from edging him, even as his preferred wrestling game was stifled. A rematch with Charles Oliveira is next on Oct. 21 in Abu Dhabi. 3, Joan Jones, heavyweight champion, 27-1-1-2, previous ranking. 3, with nearly 50 pounds of added weight following a long-awaited move up to heavyweight, Jones removed any fears of cage rust after 3 years away by quickly finishing Cyril Gane to become a 2-division champion. At 35, Jones' return coincided perfectly for the promotion with the exit of Francis Ngannou. Up next is former champ Stipe Miocic in November. 4, Israel Adesanya, middleweight champion, 24-2, previous ranking. No, 4 after 3 failed attempts across 2 different combat sports. Adesanya finally slayed the beast that is Alex Pereira to regain his 185-pound title in resounding fashion. With Pereira having moved up to light heavyweight, Adesanya is set to defend against Sean Strickland at UFC 293 in Australia. 5, Leon Edwards, welterweight champion, 23-1-2, previous ranking. 6, doubt him no more. 7 months removed from his real-life rocky moment against Kamaru Usman via 5th-round knockout to commandeer the 170-pound title, Edwards doubled down in their UFC 286 rematch by taking home a majority decision. For his second title defense, Edwards is expected to face former 2-time title challenger Colby Covington. 6, Charles Oliveira, Lightweight, 34-9, previous ranking. 7 was the Brazilian Finnish Machine's one-sided title loss to Islam Makhachev, the result of a bad stylistic matchup, or did Oliveira's reckless and dramatic ways finally catch up to him? The 33-year-old's performance in finishing top contender Beneil Dariush in June suggests the former. A title rematch is set to be next at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. 7, Sinem O'Malley. Bantamweight champion 17, won Metsi previous ranking, missed a previous ranking, Munisi previous ranking. Nuster the show is alive and well atop the deepest division in the sport following a second-round TKO of Aljamain Sterling at UFC 292. O'Malley silenced his critics by preventing Sterling from getting a takedown and appears ready to become the global superstar his talent and charisma have long teased. A December return is likely, with no shortage of big names rumored to be next. 8, Alexandre Pantoja, flyweight champion, 26-5, previous ranking. 9, the Brazilian submission threat relied much more on his chin and iron will to edge Brandon Moreno by split decision at UFC 290 in one of the most thrilling and savage fights in flyweight history. At 33, Pantoja now owns 3 wins over Moreno and is riding a 4-fight win streak. 9, Max Holloway, featherweight 24-7, previous ranking. 10, a master of reinvention, the 31-year-old Hawaiian star still hasn't lost to anyone not named Volkanovski at 145 pounds since 2013. Holloway bounced back big by edging Arnold Allen in April and will square off against veteran Shane Sung-Jung in Singapore in August. 10, Aljamain Sterling, bantamweight champion, 23-4, previous ranking, no. 5, frustrated by being unable to take down or bother Sinem O'Malley at UFC 292. Sterling made a critical mistake that led directly to a TKO defeat. The loss snapped a 9-fight win streak as Sterling appeared on the verge of securing G status at bantamweight. A move up to 145 pounds is possible for the 34-year-old former champion. Dropped out, Justin Gaethje just missed. Yair G, Chamaru Usman, Alex Pereira, Jamahal Hill, Dricus du Plessis, Women's Pereira, Jamahal Hill, Dricus du Plessis Women's Pound.